my soul tribe. Thank you so much for joining me. We're looking into a pick a pile of what is holding you back in your current connection. Okay, so keep in mind these are collective and general. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember that you are a conscious creator and you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So getting into this, we're going to start with pile one. There will not be extended. I'm not feeling like doing extended videos this week. So the videos premiering this week will not be extended videos. So these will just be short messages. If you chose pile one, the message that's coming through is too passive. Take initiative to meet someone and keep the passion ignited. So you could be a masculine who's a little bit more shy or feminine. You know, you can connect with this how it connects with you, right? But this is just saying that there's been too much kind of insecurity and shyness here. We have the Ace of Wands clarifying that. So if you see she's at, number two, not number one. So it's time for you to start seeing yourself as number one, okay? Because you might have been thinking like you were somebody's second choice, or like that may have been situations that you navigated and went through, and that definitely had an effect on your self-esteem. So it's time for you to start seeing yourself as number one. And I think that if you build your self-esteem and you work in that direction, however you want to work on your goals, whatever feels best for you, you're going to open yourself up to beautiful possibilities, okay? So you could be guided by your intuition to focus on some goals here, to build your self-esteem, to build your confidence in yourself and feel strong, and open up your heart space to the beautiful possibilities. But I'm getting for you, pile one, like oftentimes you were just the friend. Now keep in mind that starting a connection with friendship is a very healthy way to go about things. But I'm saying you were the one that maybe had crushes on people and did not take initiative, or, you were kind of friend zoned is what's coming up here. Or you always felt like, you were second place, and that was really hurtful. So then you just kind of withdrew into yourself. So focus on healing that and opening up, because there are beautiful possibilities for you. And concerts in particular might be a really nice, fun date to go on, or you might have a lot of passion for music, right? But I would say, like, whoever you're dating, kind of bring them into your world a little bit. If it is concerts or your favorite artist, or maybe even you share the same, music tastes, like that's kind of a little bit of a step forward, right? But with this Ace of Wands and its motivated beginning, it's time to start. It's time to start. It's time to start with you. It's time to start feeling better about yourself, seeing yourself as number one, opening up to the beautiful possibilities, and showing people your passions, right? That's what's coming through for pile one. So receive what aligns, release what doesn't. That could also be someone that you're dealing with as well. Okay, so it could be vice versa. So if you chose pile two, we have unavailable. You are chasing someone unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. Okay, so this is someone who's emotionally unavailable. And the message clarifying that is the 10 of Cups, lovingly complete. So what I heard when I pulled these cards in particular is like, your happiness, your higher timeline is far more important than the high of chasing someone who's unavailable, or the challenge, or, the fixation. Sometimes obsessions happen, or fixations happen because we don't have closure. Things don't make sense. So our brain wants to focus on, making things make sense. But the message here is let go and allow divine timing so that you can connect with someone who is ready. Timing is definitely a factor here, right? And we also have clarifying the dating card. We have skinny dipping. So I see this one of two ways. This person that you've been involved with, maybe all they could do was be physical, right? And obviously that wasn't fulfilling for you. You're looking for that 10 of Cups. You're looking for that lovingly complete connection, right? This person ran away from commitment. Again, this could be vice versa. All right. Don't worry about why they're running. You're not there to fix them. Okay, that's one message that's coming through. If you're the runner, then it's up to you to decide what your happiness is, because it might not be a connection or relationship at this time. That's fine. The other message I got with the skinny dipping card here is that you truly desire to be vulnerable with somebody, but you desire them to be vulnerable with you as well. So you want somebody to meet you kind of where you're at and come together and have that loving and beautiful connection. And with the Luna moth coming through here, you know, there's going to be a special moment where you are going to connect with someone. I don't feel it's this person. I feel like this person is a closed door, okay, at least at this time. But if you allow timing and you focus on your happiness and what's fulfilling for you and see yourself as lovingly complete, right? And stop chasing the things that are running and sit back into your energy, focus on your fulfillment, allow the things that are aligned with you to connect with you. So that's the guidance for pile 2. So for pile 3, we have the fear of cheating. Not everyone cheats. You need to open your heart and trust your partner. Okay, well, listen to your instincts and your intuition, right? If you know that there are some messages or there are signs or there are things coming through, you know, trust in your instincts, of course, right? But this could be if this is perhaps a new connection and you're still holding on to all that pain and that fear of the past. We have released the desire to control. Okay, so that's something to maybe work on. We have 5 of coins, hard misfortune. So you've had a series of connections that were misfortunate, okay? That's what's coming through here. But with this 5 of pentacles, what the guidance here is to focus on building yourself up, building your security, being strong in who you are, right? And instead of like locking onto this person, because that's what I'm feeling with like the way there's like that grip of that rose, do something lighthearted, get to know each other as friends. Kind of, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen. This isn't really a time to be in a committed romantic relationship, right? This is time to focus on yourself and healing and maybe being friends with this person. But there are obviously, or again, this could be vice versa, controlling tendencies. Control is not love. Control is fear. Nothing will grow from that, right? So it's so important that, and this kind of shows that, you know, it's so important that you come from a place of fulfillment and stability and strength, and you're not seeking someone to fill a hole inside of you, right? Like within your heart space, for instance, okay? So like there's still shadow work to do. There's still transmutation energy, okay? And, you know, if you do think this person's cheating or they're not somebody that, you know, the universe has showed you they're not a great partner, then obviously, you know what to do here. Especially if they're controlling. Controlling, again, that's a big red flag. Everyone has their things, and what is a green flag is when you bring up red flags with people and you talk about it and they're willing to work on those things. You're willing to work through things together, right? And see that shift and that change continuously. But what's coming through with this is that it feels like you or this person, you're just not in a place to be in a committed relationship. As much as you want to hold on to that love and you desire that love here, it just feels like it's time to heal. And, you know, kind of clarifying all 3 of these piles, we have self-love, focusing on self-love, okay? Focusing on your fulfillment, focusing on your confidence, your stability, you know, first is so important as a foundation, because then when you meet with somebody, you're not searching, how do I put this? You're not codependent on them, right? Like you click, you come together at the right time. There's alignment. So again, receive what aligns, release what doesn't. You know, if that's not your situation, it's not your situation. Only take what is helpful. I know that whoever these messages are for, this will be helpful, and be like, oh yeah, that brought me clarity. You know, this is here to kind of confirm your intuition or to give you some assistance, right? So that is what I have. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.